trying to get Christian to do the wave or anything. Whatever you delivered was great, though.
It wasn't much. We don't have to back the tape up.
All right.
You don't have to see that again.
Well, good morning. Hopefully you enjoyed the beat as much as we did. We were just like, boom, boom, boom. There you go. I'm Tracy McCain here with the magical musician.
Wow.
Christian Morgan.
Wow, that's a lot to live up to here.
It is, yeah. The forecast you delivered on that, so I mean, I'm thinking anything is within your reach.
Well, if you like warm weather, I've delivered on that the last few days, and that's going to stick with us over the next few days too. That's not really going to go anywhere. The theme as we wind down 2021 will be warm and windy and even a bit wet at times too. Socked in under clouds this morning, that will kind of be the theme of the day, and warm too. 65 degrees right now in the Gate City. We actually broke a daily record this morning. We only bottomed out at 63 degrees. Makes it our warmest morning on record for December 29th. The old record was 60, set back in 1954. So it's been a while. Notice all this warmth and even a bit of humidity surging in from the south all across the southeast, with cold air to the north trying to move in. Eventually it'll win out, but it won't be until we get into the latter part of the weekend and into the first week of 2022. All in the mid and upper 60s this morning out the door across the Triad. Dry right now, but notice we do have some showers moving across the mountains. A lot of those are fizzling out, but I'm not going to rule out an isolated shower or a sprinkle or two as we go throughout the morning. Of course, this is all part of a bigger system and a cold front out to our west that will eventually slide across the Piedmont as we go throughout the day on your Thursday. So right now we have high pressure in control of our weather living off the coast of Florida, which means we have a southwesterly wind bringing in all of that warmth and that humidity as we have a stationary front kind of stalled out to the north along the North Carolina-Virginia border. And it kind of wobbles back and forth there for the next few days as several areas of low pressure track along that front, and those will bring us the chance for rain over the next few days. So here's how Futurecast plays this out. Rain chances do get better as we go into the afternoon and into the evening. And then also I think we have a chance that we need to watch for some thunderstorms this afternoon and overnight into daybreak on Thursday. Some of those could pack a punch, but overall, the severe weather threat is very low. Kind of the same story as we go throughout the day on your Thursday, although we have a little bit better chance to get some of those storms that are strong or on the severe side of things heading into your Thursday afternoon. Overall, again, that risk is very low, but if any storms do get strong or severe, we'll have to watch for a damaging wind concern and a very low tornado risk with this setup as well. For today, mostly cloudy in the morning. Few showers arrive by the afternoon and evening hours. We watch for those storms arriving tonight and through the day on Thursday. Low 70s for afternoon highs today. It will be breezy at times with some 20 to 25 mile per hour gusts possible today and tomorrow as well. So again, just in a general risk for thunderstorms today, but we do move in to that level 1 out of 5 for severe weather heading into your Thursday. We hover around the 70-degree mark through the New Year's holiday with that scattered shower and storm chance lingering through the weekend. And if we look into the New Year's holiday a little closer, just an isolated shower possible on Friday, and then just a few scattered showers possible throughout the day on your Saturday. And then we get a little bit of a break Saturday evening. Another front heads our way by Sunday. That one does bring rain, brings us a chance for thunderstorms as well. But we cool off behind that front. We get sharply colder heading into the first week of 2022. Morning lows in the 20s to near 30 degrees with chilly afternoon highs in the 40s Monday and Tuesday.
All right, we're going to start with a little fun on this warm, crazy weather day.
Yes.
Warm, windy, wet. 3 words to describe today's weather forecast, potentially, with a 30% chance of rain we have in the forecast. But right now, we want you to describe the weather at your house in 3 words. All right, so I came up with the best ever. I love it. I love this.
You love it warm, don't you?
Yes, I do. I mean, I do like looking at
Is that ice melting?
It has to be. There's no way, you know, ice does not do well in temperatures like this, although I know that they have devices to keep it cool.
Sure.
Yeah, that's going to have to work extra hard today to make the ice enjoyable for skaters at WFMY Winterfest, and I'm sure they will.
Oh yeah.
But what 3 words would you just use to describe the weather?
Well, I think mine were taken. Warm, wet, and windy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The 3 W's for the week.
Oops.
That's fine.
Copyright.
It's whatever.
Infringement.
I'll come up with 3 more by the time we're done with this.
Okay, well, let's go to our feed here as you type away. Carol Harris gave us 1 word. She said bipolar. Brandy said confusing, comfortable, and enjoyable. And then we heard from Kathy, who said blessings from God. Bobby said it feels tropical. And he also liked my choice of words because he likes it warm as well. There was one earlier where someone just said, it feels beautiful, nice and warm in December. Oh yeah, Jennifer Baldwin said, where is winter?
Yeah, on vacation.
Somewhere tropical.
Somewhere tropical right now. And you know, it's funny, we were talking about this morning, but there really is some truth to this. Kind of my rule of thumb, if you will. If the weather feels wrong, then it is. And the atmosphere is always trying to balance itself out. So the atmosphere is always doing a balancing act, which is why we have these series of high pressure and low pressure systems. And of course, you step outside right now and it doesn't feel like December, and even feels a little bit eerie because not only is it warm, it's a little bit humid as well. And that's just kind of a signal or a hint that things are about to change. And as we head throughout the next several days, we really do head into a much more active weather pattern, and then big changes are on the way on Sunday with that strong cold front, because after that, that cold weather comes back from vacation and it looks like it locks in for a while.
You know, it's interesting you say that because I refuse to look past Saturday. My blinders are on. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice.
You can do that. It's irresponsible for me to not look past Saturday.
Definitely. Yeah, you can't get away with it like I can. Bobby also added, it is very unusual because you said, just not right.
It's just not right.
It's not right.
It's not. In fact, we're running right now with our 4th warmest December on record in the Triad. Of course, a few more days, so we'll see where we end up. But we're going to end up, I think, top 5.
Wow. And Joe Terry added cool and damp. I did write back to see where he is located because I'm not sure that it's cool or damp here in the Triad.
It's a little damp.
Is it damp?
A little bit.
Did it rain?
No, actually, but if you look at the ground outside, if you were coming to work this morning, it might have looked like it rained. The ground was
I didn't
wet.
even pay attention.
You didn't even look. But if you at home maybe stepped outside this morning and looked at the ground or looked at the sidewalk or your driveway, you might have said, did it rain last night? And it didn't. The ground is actually just kind of sweating. For lack of a better term. We have, temperatures in the 60s this morning. Soil temperatures right now, the ground is temperatures are in the 40s and low 50s. And we also have some humidity in play too. So just like our bodies, when that air condensates, that's exactly what's happening. So the ground is just basically sweating. So it didn't rain, but the ground is a bit wet this morning.
Okay, I got it. Oh, and you're getting compliments on your tie, by the way.
Oh, Carol says bumblebee tie.
Right.
And CJ Kathy says Appalachian tie.
Right, and others might.
It may look like a bumblebee, but there is an Appalachian A on this tie.
Is there?
I could see.
Oh,
of course, there's an Appalachian
very nice.
A on this tie.
All right, we move on, not because of the tie, but because we have headlines and another conversation coming up. So stick around here. Here are our morning headlines. North Carolina's new COVID-19 data shows the virus is spreading quickly. Case numbers and hospitalizations are up. Our IT News McMiller is putting the numbers in context for us this morning.
Well, the new data shows that 1 in 5 people who stop by testing sites across our state are coming back positive. This is definitely a trend in the wrong direction when it comes to the percent of people contracting the virus. The latest percent positive is 21.9%. It's the highest percent positive the state has ever reported, even higher than the numbers we were seeing during our highest peak about a year ago. It's also the 8th day in a row this number has been in the double digits. The statewide number is 4 times the state's goal of 5%.
Have we seen the holiday boost yet? Have we seen the spike coming from the holidays? Well, probably not completely, but we've seen it. I mean, if you look at where were our rates going into Thanksgiving versus where were they a week after Thanksgiving, and then where were they as we went through Advent and got to Christmas, we've seen a steady increase since before Thanksgiving to now.
And as of Monday, nearly 2,000 people were in hospitals across our state with COVID. It's nearly 100 more than the day prior. And yes, this is concerning, but when we compare the numbers to where we were last year, we are better off. Our hospitalizations are 50% of what we saw during last winter's COVID surge. And there are fewer COVID cases now compared to this time last year. And in North Carolina, 62% of people eligible for the shots are fully vaccinated. And experts only expect COVID cases to continue to rise, so they strongly encourage folks to get their vaccines and get their booster shots.
Well, there are a number of clinics available in every Triad community where you can get a COVID test. In Greensboro, you can get tested at the Four Seasons Town Center from 11 to 7 Monday through Saturdays and from noon to 6 on Sundays. There's also one this Saturday at Union Baptist Church in Winston-Salem. It's from noon until 5. The wildfire burning near Grandfather Mountain has now grown to 700 acres. Firefighters are working to build a perimeter to stop it, but did say it will likely intensify without significant rainfall. The cause of the fire is being investigated right now, but officials at this point believe someone started it. People are being asked to avoid the Lost Cove Wilderness Study area until it is completely contained. Well, just hours before kickoff, NC State's bowl game was suddenly canceled. The Wolfpack supposed to face off against UCLA, but due to COVID cases on the Bruins team, the game was called off. Holiday Bowl organizers say they are working to see if they can find another opponent for the Wolfpack. We'll keep you updated if that pans out. All right, Tick Tock, Tick Tock. 2021 is winding down with just 3 days until the new year. We have to kind of start to reevaluate and say, hey, what can we do to close it out?
Yeah.
Today is a day to check off any final items on that to-do list. So what are you hoping to accomplish by the end of the 3 years? The 3 days.
I mean, you could set a long-term goal for 3 years.
You can. We're talking short-term today. So if you need some help, Coach Lynch Hunt gave 3 tips for getting things done on Tick Tock Day. First, he said, get clear and determine your focus and what's important. Next, he said, get organized, group tasks together, create lists and timeframes plus deadlines. Then finally, just do it. Put your plan in place, attack those goals with commitment, and do not let up. So what is on your end of the year to-do list? One viewer texted in saying, get ready for the traditional meal for the new year. Black-eyed peas, ham, and collard greens. Love it. Anthony said, clean my room. Yeah, that's always on the list. Roy said he doesn't have a to-do list. Instead, he lists what he doesn't want to bring into 2022. He says he writes them down and then he throws the list away. I like your strategy.
I like that.
Yeah.
Rip it up, throw it in the trash.
Yeah. So a lot of people responding on my Facebook page earlier. Tim Rika said, I worked on my closet yesterday and today she's dusting and changing filters in the heating vent and she's washing clothes. Terry said, I'm closing my financial books for the end of the year. Got to do that. Robin said, go through my closet and arrange my boot collection. Nice. I don't even have a collection of boots. I have 1 pair. LaDonna said, shampoo her carpets. Sorry, I got hung up on the last one. I'm like, yeah, literally 1 pair of boots, but they're great boots. And I've had them for a while.
Easy to find 1 pair, right? Well, maybe not. Sometimes they get lost.
Exactly. All right, on your to-do list, yeah, and please write it in the feed so we'll be able to chat with you in just a little bit. But cleaning seems to be the number one thing that people are doing as they close out 2021.
Cleaning and organizing, just kind of going into the year with a fresh start.
Yeah, I like that. And also kind of just, I think when you clean out the old, you automatically set new things in motion as well. Writing out, the plans of the things that you want to finish also leads you to start writing out things you want to accomplish for the next year.
Right, and I was cleaning, it's funny, it just kind of happened. I started cleaning some the other day, and my laptop bag and my book bag that I carry with me to work and stuff, I've got a laptop in there, but you don't realize how much stuff you just like throw in there.
Yeah.
And I went through and I had like, cards from the summer and from Valentine's Day and from all the holidays, Easter and all that. I still had all that like piled into my book bag, and I was like, oh, that's where that went. That's where that went. Oh, I don't need this anymore. Why is this in here? So I went through and cleaned it out, chunked a bunch of stuff in the trash, even took the vacuum cleaner and like went through the book bag.
Wow.
Got all the little
crumbs
dirt and crumbs. All of that stuff out of there. So just kind of a fresh restart. People like to go into the year feeling refreshed and clean.
Exactly. Because, by the end of January, you're like, all right, we're back.
It's funny. I also told myself, I feel like we always say this, well, once I do this, or once I do this, or once I get to that age, then things aren't as busy anymore and they calm down. And it never happens. It just always gets busier and busier. And so looking ahead into 2022, I already know it's going to be a busy year. And now I've gotten to this point where I actually need a planner to keep up with what's going on and keep everything straight. So bought me a new planner fresh new pack of pens. It's just like the first day of school again, you know, ready to go. All organized, feeling good, clean slate.
I love that you actually have a physical calendar because, you know, up until recently, everything that my husband and I did calendar-wise, we put it on a digital calendar so we could share it. But now with kids, we have a physical calendar that we write out activities because we want everybody to see it. But it's interesting that you have one.
Well,
is it just easier for you?
I've always been a person who wants to keep everything right here, you know, in the phone or in my watch.
Right.
But I don't know, I think there's some kind of science to this, but I feel like if you write it down, it's a whole lot easier to remember. And, you know, yes, it's still in my phone and it's in all my digital devices on my laptop, iPad, and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like if you write it down, it's a whole lot easier to remember. Like, you know, just for instance, our work schedules here throughout the holidays kind of get crazy, you know. Ed and I have just basically been switching off so we could take vacation time, which is why I'm here now and he's not. And, you know, we're kind of flip-flopping back and forth. So it's been a crazy month in my work schedule. And I just wrote it down one time and I've remembered the rest of it throughout the rest of the month. You know, it's just something about writing it down. It just kind of gets locked into your memory.
Whereas I just show up. I'm like, oh, I'm here.
Am I here today? Am I here today? No, okay. Well,
if I get it wrong, oh well.
I don't know. Writing things down really helps for me.
Yeah. So I'm in the process of cleaning out my kids' closets. I probably should clean out my own as well, but I'm going to do theirs because I like to donate at the end of every year. Not only do you get a tax deduction, but you also kind of have like a sense that, okay, we're getting rid of the old, we are making room for anything that's new. Plus, it was just Christmas and they got some clothes from their grandparents, and now I've got to, you know, make room for that stuff. So fortunately, with two boys, you know, Josiah's stuff, I'm going to save it and keep it for Julian. They're 5 years apart, so it's going to be a while before he grows into those clothes. But, you know, the things that I think should not be donated or should not be handed down, I'm kind of getting, you know, those out of the closets. Simone's stuff, it's all, you know, going to friends, family, or to Goodwill by Friday.
By Friday.
By Friday.
By the final day of the year.
By the final day of the year, which is when your tax deduction, that's the last day that you can get it.
I've also, you know, your kids are now at that age where you're going to be doing this like a lot for like a long time. The hand-me-downs are going to happen. The donations are going to happen. So all places like Goodwill, they all love Tracy McCain. And over the next few years.
Yeah, and I like to make sure that everything I'm sending to another family will be, you know, in good shape. So I don't want, you know, anyone to get stuff and be like, oh my gosh, who would donate this? You know, I want it to all be good and put together.
Because I mean, I guess really your kids are now at the age where like a year goes by, you're like, oh well, that doesn't fit like it did last year. It doesn't fit this year. So you're always changing those in and out.
Always. All right, let's get to some comments here. I have to go back to up to the top here. All right, Carol said, if I haven't gotten it done by now, it isn't happening. LOL, that's true. Bobby said, nothing really, but I've got some New Year's resolutions. Oh, can't wait for you to share those. I bet you we'll talk about it at some point this week. Let's see. Isaac said, hopefully the COVID will be over soon. Yeah, I hope so too. Carol said, make sure you check your smoke alarms. That's always a good reminder. Walter Wyatt said, clean out my pack rat. Oh yes, I am a pack rat. He likes to keep things around. And then Carol said she used to have a physical calendar too, just like you, Christian. I'm guessing now she does everything digitally. And Joanne said she's cleaning out and shredding some old files. That's also
always good. Tell you what else I love is a good desk calendar that lays flat on your desk at work. It's easy to write things down. I love a good desk calendar.
What we should do is take pictures of everybody's desks on the Good Morning Show and see if people can guess whose desk it is.
Here's just a hint. I'm extremely OCD.
You are extremely neat. You are.
So
you are.
It might be able to pick. You might be easy to pick mine out.
There's no way I would get yours wrong.
I come in here in our weather center, right, and there's a pencil out of place, and I push it all back, organize it all before I can do anything. And
every day I see you wiping down your work area and making sure the cords are in place. And I'm just so impressed by you. I'm like, granted, I might do the same, but I don't share a desk or anything like that.
Right.
But I do it sporadically. And you are deliberate about it, which is good.
Have a routine.
That's good.
Stick to it.
You and Megan are actually probably similar, and Ed and I our like brother and sister. We're just kind of like, we'll see. You know. Whereas you and Megan are very intentional about where you put things and how often you clean.
True.
Two for two. Exactly, 2 for 2. All right, the more you know about us. What about our forecast? You're very intentional in that as well.
I am, yeah.
It pays off.
Warm, wet, and windy at times throughout the next several days. We hover around 70 degrees for the rest of the year. So 2021 will be remembered, or at least December 2021 will be remembered as a very warm one. It will end up likely being our top 5 warmest December on record in the Triad. Low 70s this afternoon under a mostly cloudy sky today. An isolated shower or a sprinkle this morning, and then the rain chances do go up tonight through the overnight hours into daybreak on Thursday. Could also be a couple thunderstorms as well. Some of those may pack a punch, but overall that severe weather threat remains extremely low overnight into your Thursday morning. Temperatures only falling back to near 60 overnight, and then we warm back up to near 70 for Thursday. And we'll also have to watch Thursday afternoon. I think we have a thunderstorm chance again. That looks a little better to me. A level 1 out of 5 right now for severe weather. So not going to be everywhere, not going to be all the time, but a couple storms that pop up in the afternoon may be able to be on the strong or severe side. So we'll watch that and continue to fine tune the details and timing on that for you. And then heading into the New Year's holiday, just an isolated shower for your Friday, New Year's Eve. Most of the day is going to be dry. Your celebrations that night likely will stay dry, but I would pack the umbrella just in case. It's kind of one of those weather setups. Then we have a few showers on Saturday for New Year's Day. Another cold front slides by on Sunday. It's a bit of an active weather pattern, isn't it? But that front will slide by. It brings us some rain and a thunderstorm chance for Sunday. And then after that, we quiet things down and we chill things back down in a big way too. We'll drop down into the 20s to near 30 degrees overnight, Monday and Tuesday. Chilly afternoon highs in the 40s.
All right, so we'll be on the lookout for storms.
Be on the
just
lookout.
In case.
Yeah, of course, we'll pass along any information. You can download that News 2 app. Gives you all the updates all the time.
It's like having you in their pocket.
It's like having me in your pocket. We'll move on from that.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow for more After GMS at 7:45 on the News 2 Facebook page. And we'll have Megan back, which will be great.
Oh, yeah. All the crew back together.
Exactly. More and more each day.
Not all, but more.
We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.
See you.